He has spent 25 seasons as the Padres TV color analyst, the former Major League pitcher. Mark Grant joining us now. First pitch, Padres-Dodgers, NLDS. Game 1 is tonight at 9:30 Eastern. Been a long time, Mark. How are you?
Hey, how you doing? Dan Spastic. It's been a long time since the Padres have been to the postseason. In fact, the last time I watched Padre baseball when they were so bad, I had a six-pack before the sixth inning. As sure as God made green apples, the Chicago Cubs will not be in the World Series this year. How's it going, Dayton Flyer?
Hi, buddy.
Dan, it's been a long time, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing great. Now, while you're doing your Harry Carey, Todd Fritz has been working on a.
There's a drive in my way.
I think I got a bell.
That is.
I should bow out right
Yeah.
here.
Home run for Bobby Dernier, and the Cubs take a 5-4 lead in the bottom of the sixth.
Did you ever meet Harry Carey?
I did, and it was a treat. I mean, I grew up in Joliet, Illinois, and you're very much familiar with that. Now, everybody says, you're a product of your environment. Well, I believe you're also a product of your sports environment. I grew up listening to Jack Brickhouse and Harry Carey. Well, Dan, guess what kind of announcer I'm going to be if I become an announcer, right? I'm going to be a homer. And I'm a self-proclaimed homer. I love my Padres. I love the game of baseball. But then again, you got to be critical about your team too. And believe me, there's been a lot of that over the years. But I love my Friars. I'm so happy for them to be in the playoffs this year.
You got a bobblehead over your shoulder.
Yeah, I know. I saw.
It's a small bobblehead.
Can you guess who it is? Or is it too small?
It's too small.
Okay. Do you want me to bring it up over here for you?
Yeah, you can bring it up.
Because I see all your pictures and everything.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't have a lot of baseball memorabilia in my house. By the way, I'm sporting my Slam Diego shirt.
Well, you don't have many baseball memories worth having.
You know what? If somebody's got a picture of somebody behind third base by the dugout, backing up third, that's probably the picture that I would have.
What is your favorite baseball memory? Like, just to give the audience an idea of the quality of play.
You know what? I had a 1-2-3 inning back in 1988. I think it was August 18th, and it was a day game at Jack Murphy Stadium. It was unbelievable. It was the most exciting. It was like an 8-pitch inning as well. I snuck a strikeout.
Wow.
I got a couple of ground balls, a jam shot to the first baseman.
How many Hall of Famers do you think you struck out in your career?
One that comes to mind is, okay. You ask any pitcher numbers, and they're going to remember numbers. I remember some numbers. The one that really sticks out, Ozzie Smith was 2 for 20 off me. So, I mean, I struck out Ozzie Smith. Obviously, he was known for his glove. And I think he had a fever that day, maybe, or the times that I faced. But Gosh, I can't remember, Dan. I know probably your staff there has all those stats.
Did you face Bonds? Did you face McGuire? Did you face?
Oh, good question. I faced Barry Bonds, and he never hit a home run off me, but he hit like 465.
But you kept him in the ballpark.
And you know what? I remember I was announcing my first 5 or 6 years, whatever, and Barry was with the Giants, and I told him, hey, I own you. You never hit a home run off me. So somebody, I said, I'll bet you $1 I hit a home run off you. I said, okay, you're on. So the statistician back then, there was no internet. So they checked the numbers, no home runs, but 465 or whatever it was. So he gave me the dollar bill and he signed it. He goes, I owned you, 435 average, no home runs. So that was pretty cool.
All right, the Padres kind of captured people's imagination here. You got a lot of young talent there. I'm curious, Mark Grant, the pitcher, as opposed to Mark Grant, the homer for the Padres, how you would react to Tatis hitting a grand slam and having a bat flip.
As a pitcher, would probably, and I'll be quite honest with you, if I was out there pitching, it would probably disrupt my timing. It would probably tick me off, no doubt about it. But as I've grown older and balder and fatter, I think that these unwritten rules sometimes are kind of just tear them up, throw them away. The game has changed so much, Dan, and you know that. I mean, the entertainment value, the old MLB adage, let the kids play. I'm all for that. I don't think Fernando or anybody is really showing up a pitcher. It's the excitement of the game. I mean, let's face it, the media we have these days just has these guys every single moment watching what they're doing when they're at bat, when they're on the mound or whatever. So in fact, we talked about this after the fact. When Fernando did that, I said, my bottom line was, you know what, as a pitcher now, pitch better. What are we supposed to do 3-0? Just hitters are just supposed to lay down the bat and then give the hitter a free strike and then just, lay it in there, give the pitcher a free strike. Now it's 3-1. Now he makes that really, really good pitch. You kind of take it at the knees. Okay, now it's 3-2. Now what do? I'm really protecting, roll something over, whatever. So my philosophy is bottom line, pitch better, make a better pitch, 3-0.
I love it. And I think you have to attract a whole new generation here. Now, I don't want it to be gimmicky, but let's have some. I don't think there's enough celebrating the game itself. And it feels like old school, hey, these are the rules or the unwritten rules. And I loved what Tatis did.
I think it's organic. I really do. And when you look around baseball, Dan, I think a lot of it is organic because the guys are, and once you get to know these guys too, it's very, very important to know that it is organic. They're not just making this up. And I want to know where it's written to where, times have changed, no doubt about it. But I want to know where it's written that baseball was a tennis match, where it was a game to where you're supposed to be proper. And, I'm all about not showing up the opponents. Don't get me wrong, but showing emotion, I think, is a huge part. And you're absolutely right. With this crop of talent that we have, especially, I'm speaking for San Diego, Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis Jr., the whole shooting match. I mean, it's about time to where these guys go out there and show some emotion. And, when a guy hits a home run and he bat flips and he looks at his teammates in the dugout and does the old, fist pump or whatever the case may be, fans love that. I love that. It's the emotion of the game, and I have no problem with it.
How do the Padres beat the Dodgers?
Well, it's going to have to be, first of all, the pitching is a big question mark. Any baseball fan out there who's been watching, Dinelson Lamet, Mike Clevenger. Clevenger hasn't pitched since the 23rd. There's a chance that he might get a start. Lamet hasn't pitched since the 25th of September. So I think the Achilles heel for the Padres is the starting pitching. There's no question about that. They were 6-4 against the Dodgers this year. How did they beat him? They beat Buehler earlier this year. They beat Kershaw once this year. They're going to have to grind out at bats. I know it sounds like a lot of cliches, but these guys are good pitchers. Let's face it. The Dodgers, when you look at their pitchers, when healthy, they've got really good pitchers. It's going to be tough to beat. I think one of the games is going to be possibly a bullpen game for the Padres. How about that? Using 9 pitchers in the game, major league record. One of them probably going to be a slugfest. Teams can't get to Kershaw, can't get to Buehler. But avoid the strikeouts. I think that's one thing, Dan. I remember, you talked about watching bad baseball for many years. My goodness. Over the course of some seasons, after a ball game, there would be, count them, 4 innings of strikeouts. 4 innings of Padre hitters striking out. That is not fun to call. That is not fun to watch.
Did you cry when they clinched a playoff spot?
I got a little emotional. Yeah, I did. And I'll tell you why. After watching so many, well, first of all, wearing the Padre uniform for 3 years and living here in San Diego and having the gig that I do have, you grow attached to your team. And I was sick and tired of the Dodgers coming into town and kicking our you-know-what's around, kicking their you-know-what's around. I'm not on the team, but I say our. I was sick and tired of the Cardinals coming to town. I was sick. You get the idea. I was sick and tired of people treating the Padres like the doormat of the National League, coming in and say, oh, yeah, we'll sweep them 3 games. They're horrible. We'll be in their bullpen in the 3rd inning, which was true, but still, I was sick and tired of it. It was accumulation of everything, more for the fans that have endured such brutal baseball over the years, very lean years, to finally have something to cheer about. And it all of a sudden, it just kind of got to me. And it was like, gosh, that family in La Mesa that's been following the Padres since the PCL days, that family in Escondido that's been loving the Padres since 1970. You know where I'm going with this. So It was an accumulation of everything, wearing the uniform, getting their butts kicked, and then finally getting a chance to go to the postseason since 2006. It just kind of all hit me. So.
And, if you're watching on Peacock, Mark Grant has got some things in the background there, but you're one of the first guests. Now, who is that? That is
Dwayne Kuiper.
Oh, the famous broadcaster there, Dwayne Kuiper.
Yep. Dwayne is probably my dearest friend in baseball.
Light hitting Dwayne Kuiper.
Hi, Dwayne Kuiper, 1 home run off of Steve Stone as a Cleveland Indian.
But I do love that you got pool pool sticks there, but you don't have a pool table, which is interesting in your man cave there. Like that's a nice little touch that it looks like you have a pool table.
Well, you know what? I do have a pool table. My iPad is propped up on 3 pillows right here.
No, it's okay, Mark. I understand. You don't have it. You don't have a pool table.
I'm actually sitting in old stadium seats from Old Comiskey Park back in Chicago. Remember the green wooden? Yeah. So anyway, that's about the only thing I have. This is the only baseball thing I have in my house right here.
A Dwayne Kuiper bobblehead doll.
Yeah, the light hitting second baseman, the captain, Dwayne Kuiper. So.
Well, good luck and have fun.
Thanks. You know, do you remember the last time we hung out?
Should we talk about it?
I can tell you where we were and when it was.
Okay.
1991, Atlanta, Georgia. Jocks and Jills.
Yeah. Craig Sager's bar.
Yeah, that's right. God rest his soul. Yep, Craig Sager's bar. And we were just yucking it up, having a good time. Of course, that was the year that the Braves went to the World Series in 1991. I was hurt. I was the official cheerleader of the team. I did not pitch 1 inning that year, and that's why the Braves were so successful.
So does this count as hanging out, and is this fate that we're reuniting?
In this day and age, yes, this is hanging out. Anytime I can look on my iPad and see. I mean, you look great.
Thank you.
I mean, oh my gosh, you still have your hair.
Yeah.
You still look great.
And I feel bad because, I always enjoyed hanging around you, but there was no reason to have you on the show because you hadn't done anything successfully. And so, I mean, no offense, Mark, I couldn't have you on. Hey, another Padre season where you won 68 games.
Yeah. Right.
But I'm happy that we can reconnect because the Padres are bringing us together.
Yeah, I can. The only success, let's see. All those bad years, I had some great food in the press area.
Yeah.
I gained a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Ate a lot of yogurt, frozen yogurt. All those Padre losses were like tilted evenly because there was a great yogurt machine in the press dining room or something like that. That's why I loved going to the Padre games back then, is because of the yogurt. The baseball wasn't so good, but the yogurt.
How many losses have you been a part of as a broadcaster with the Padres? Have you totaled it up?
Well, I started in 1996. This being my 25th season, and I would say the teams that were above 500 were. Well, 98, 96, 96 was 98, 2006. There were some good years there, middle 2000, 2007, 2008. Maybe fewer than 10?
No, the total of losses, like the number of games that you've watched the Padres lose in 25 years.
It's got to be over 1,000, right?
You know what? I'll get my stat guy to do it.
Yes, it's 1996.
And by the way, and have you ever been mistaken for the Jerry Springer bodyguard, Steve Wilkos?
Steve Wilkos.
Yeah. Have you ever been mistaken for him?
I have never. No, Pete. No, I have never. No, Uncle Fester. Yes.
I can see also a little Cal Ripken in you too. Very little. No, very,
like a fat?
very little. It's the hair.
Fat Cal Ripken?
Cal was a better pitcher. I'm being mean-spirited here. I never got to pitch in the shows.
That's okay.
Yes.
That's the Dan Patrick I know.
Of course. Right. Hey, great to catch up with you, and I'll talk to you in 25 years.
So let's see, 25 years. I'll be 40. I'll be 57 this month. Hey, I'll see you. I'll have my walker and I'll have my Metamucil with me and all that good stuff.
Paulie, put it in the rundown.
Done.
To call Mark Grant in 25 years. Thank you, buddy.
Dan, be well. Go Pods.
That's Mark Grant, 25 seasons, Padres color analyst there.